Evening, everyone. Welcome to the Skill Up Initiative Rebooted. My name is Choma and Nana, the founder of Creators in Business. And today is another amazing session of the Skill Up Initiative Rebooted. For those of you joining us for the first time, Skill Up Initiative is a youth empowerment program organized by CIB, Creators in Business, to empower youths with relevant skills and then teach them how to make money from these skills. We had a first edition in May and we had over 1,000 youths in as participants. And this time around, we are having the second edition. That's why it's called Rebooted. And this time around, it's not just for 1,000 youths, not just for 2,000 youths, not even for 3,000 youths or for 4,000 youths. It's for 5,000 youths. And you're one of those youths today. And today we're having a session with Valo Kafor and Ebenezer Okorier. Trust me, it's going to be amazing. You're going to enjoy today's session. Before I continue, please allow me to work on some settings. I want to adjust some things. While I'm doing that, please, if you're just joining me, tell me your name and where you're participating from, okay? Tell me my name is Choma Nana, participating from Anambra State, Nigeria, or from Gambia, or from UK. So wherever you're participating from, let us know about it right now while I work on inviting our guests tonight. You're in the house. Okay, you're participating from Nasarawa, Nigeria. It's great to have you. I've been seeing your name pop up during the sessions, so you're a regular participant. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. It's great to have you. People are going to be joining us. Okay, I love that we're joining. Okay, as you're joining, please let me know your name and where you're participating from. So while we're doing that, let me just read the bio of our speaker so that we can get set. We have two speakers tonight. Ebenezer Okorier will be speaking on platforms to leverage your skills and earn. Whenever I turn to my left, I'm trying to read their bios from my laptop. Okay, I'm using my phone to go live while my laptop contains the bio and things I will need to read out. Okay, so Ebenezer Okorier, who is he? Just in case you've not heard about him before, I'm going to be telling you who our speaker is. Ebenezer Okorier is a business development strategist and consultant for startups and social and small medium enterprises, aiming at scaling their business to gain industrial success. He's also the CEO and co-founder of Pond Secos Solutions, a Nigerian-based business branding and development organization with a key objective of empowering and enhancing the operations of creative individuals and businesses who are thriving to make a positive industrial impact and influence on economic growth of the African society. All right, and then our next second speaker is Val Okafor. I'm sure if you're into personal development and leadership, this name would not be new to you. Okay, we have one more person joining us live, Mesoma Ilechuku. Great to have you in the house, Confidence Doctor. She's one of our speakers, but she will not be speaking today, tomorrow actually. So look forward to our session tomorrow. Now, who is Valo Kafor? Let me just run down his bio very briefly. Valo Kafor is an effective leadership evangelist, a productivity strategist, transformational speaker, and social innovator. With an incredible passion to help individuals and corporations achieve exponential growth, he brings to bear practical knowledge that translates to wisdom and results. He sits as the executive director and training consultant at the Val Okafor Company, where he provides value-based leadership development and personal effectiveness trainings for individuals and corporations. He is the Nigerian SDGs champion, African Changemakers Fellow, Commonwealth Open Source Leader, alumnus of the Yali Regional Leadership Conference West Africa, and a proud ambassador of Feladurotoye Leadership Network. Wow. Val has received several recognitions and awards for his passion towards effective leadership, productivity, and social innovation. Some of the awards and recognitions are as follows: Awards of Achievement for reaching out to out of school children in Nsukka community from 234 projects, Texas, USA. Special recognition from the Young African Leaders Network, YALI, for successfully executing a rural renewal project in Enugu State, Nigeria. Nomination for the prestigious First Baba Issa Award for Influence through Education and Social Good. 200 Most Influential Young People awarded by Opportunities Hub. Wow. Val exudes an unsurpassed passion for nation building and human capital development, especially for developing nations across the globe. He believes that as you let your own light shine, you unconsciously give others the permission to do same. Oh my goodness. Reading that bio, I am already excited to listen to him. His topic today is leadership skills for global opportunities. Like, it's so amazing. I just came back for a program. On Saturday, I attended a program on global expansion. So another topic on global expansion again today is something like, what's the word now? It's like this is the theme for the moment: go global, go global. Nobody's trying to play local anymore. We're trying to go global. Okay. So after being able to conquer your local territory, you should be thinking about global opportunities. And that's what VAL is all about. Talking to us today on the topic leadership skills for global opportunities, while Ebenezer Okorier will be speaking to us on platforms to leverage your skills and earn. So if you're just joining us, please remember to introduce yourself and where you're participating from. Thank you for welcoming him. I can see your amazing comments. Yes, I can see many of you are you're blown away by his bio. I too have been blown away. So while you're introducing yourself and telling me where you're participating from, also drop your expectations. What do you expect from today's training? Do you have any questions for him, for our two speakers? You can drop them ahead of time so that once it's time for questions, I could just throw them to them. Okay. So while you're doing that, I want to get our guest in the studio. So I might be a little bit distracted from the screen. So you can understand what I'm doing. I'm trying to invite them so they can join me live. Okay? I'm trying to invite our guests to join me live. While I'm doing that, please do your introductions, your name, where you're participating from, your questions, your expectations. Okay? And tell me, how's the program been so far? How's the Skill Up Initiative been? Tell me which session stood out for you, the if there's any word that you've heard so far that has been stuck in your head. For example, I read a book, and what's stuck in my head to date is that great public speakers are first of all great actors. So maybe any speaker said something that just stuck in your head throughout this program. Okay, I'll be expecting to read your comments while I attend to our guests. All right, so I've done that. I've sent the invite link to our guest speakers, and I'm back again. So before I left, I asked you to tell me how the Skill Up initiative has been for you so far, and I'm still waiting for our comments. I've been getting private DMs and people telling me how amazing it has been, but I want to hear from you today in the comment section. Has it been for you? Which speaker gave you your transformation moment? Okay. I was listening to the replay of Saturday's session with Victoria Choma Unwana. She spoke on the topic building profitable relationships online, and it was amazing. I watched the replay and my mind, it was blown away. So many amazing takeaways. Then I listened to when Andrew Shiwari came on board and spoke on spoken word. I'm a spoken word artist, so I was really interested in what he had to say. And despite my experience, there was still something new to learn. Like listening to him talking about how what you're saying has to align with your expressions. You gave the example of when you're talking about a gunshot and how you have to put your hand something like this to explain it so that your audience don't just connect with the words you're saying, but you're able to visualize what you're saying too with your hand expression. So I've been learning so much from the different sessions. So I would want to know, how has it been for you so far? How has it been? How has it been? Okay, Vivian from Imo State, welcome. Welcome. Okay, Elizabeth Ijoma Akpa said, the sessions has been really informative and amazing. Some of the things that's been stuck in my head is, if you're stingy, forget personal development. True, 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 true. Like that is the absolute truth. That's the absolute truth. If you're stingy, if you cannot pay for classes, if you cannot invest in yourself, if you cannot buy things that would help your personal growth, forget about personal development. Personally, I don't know how much I've spent just trying to improve myself. And it's been paying off. At first, the truth is that paying for all these things might not be easy. It might be demanding. Sometimes you might have to empty your bank account, but they are worth it. At the end of the day, you see the results are worth everything you paid for. I remember paying for a class, and then within a week, or let me not exaggerate too much, let me say within 2 weeks, I had made back how many times? I've made back several times the amount I used to pay for that class. That was what the class did to me. So paying for a class, paying for trainings might seem, what's the word right now? Might seem hard at first. But when you think about the benefits, you realize that it is worth it. It is really, really worth it. Because like we say, people talk about the expense of paying for classes, but they don't think about how expensive it would be. Don't think about the effects of remaining the same way the following year. So don't think about only the amount you're spending right now. Think about the future. That's when you're able to put things in perspective. Okay, Elizabeth Ijoma Akpa also said, I learned about the relationship buckets, mentors, sponsors, cheerleaders. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love that you're giving me a response that shows that you've been really, really active. I've taken note of you now. Very, very good. I love this. I love this. So if you're watching also, what we're doing right now is a feedback session while we wait for our speakers to join us live. The speaker by 7 p.m. is having a little bit of issues at his hand, but it's going to join us very soon. So we're trying to make use of the time right now. We've not done a feedback session so far, so we're going to use this time to do that. And I love the feedback I've been getting. Apart from Ijoma, who else has feedback to share with us? Who has feedback to share with us? Okay. Hmm. Wow. When you begin to grow in purpose, you get to understand that it's not just about you, but about the lives and people tied to you, which ultimately makes you show up even when you don't feel like it. Wow. Another amazing feedback. True. Who said this? This sounds so familiar. I'm trying to remember the speaker that said this. Please, who said this? Ijoma Pico. I said Pico. Sorry, Ijoma, please, can you tell me the speaker that made this statement that you just let us know about? Who said this statement? Who made the statement? Very, very powerful. When you begin to grow in purpose, you get to understand that it's not just about you, but about the lives and the people tied to you, which ultimately makes you show up even when you don't feel like it. That is true. Like I can't even begin to dissect this statement because you understand that this statement is so deep. When people understand, you begin to understand that showing up is not a matter of whether it is comfortable for you. Yesterday, I traveled and I got home around 11, 12 p.m. Today, I've been so exhausted, so tired, but I'm here making this live video. I know how much I've spent on this skill up initiative. I know how much sacrifices I've made to put this together. But yet I'm doing this not because I'm getting any real benefit like that, but because I know that it's not about me. There are people that need this. I've been getting amazing feedback showing me that yes, my effort is not in vain. People are actually getting benefits from this training. People are actually learning a lot. People are actually getting transformed. So I think when we get to that point in life where we begin to see things beyond us, you begin to see things through an altruistic mindset. That altruistic mindset is basically when you're able to see things as how it affects other people, not just how it affects you. When your life takes on a dimension that is beyond you, you begin to think about, okay, my life now, how can it impact this person? How can it impact this other person? And that's when life begins to have a superior meaning for you. You begin to live beyond yourself. So thank you, Ijoma. I love this feedback you're giving me. You're making me happy tonight. I'm very happy. You said building a list of clients to make sales, social proof. Okay, I remember this. I made this one. This was the topic. This was what I said when I was talking on building a list of clients to constantly make sales. I taught this on WhatsApp. That was the only session that held on my WhatsApp status. Others were on YouTube. Okay. He said building a list of clients to make sales, social proofs, delivering free stuff packed with massive value, which would motivate them to pay, which would motivate them to stay with me. Yes, constantly being in their faces. Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Joma. You've made me so happy tonight, knowing that you've been participating and you've been learning. Very, very good. Viviane said, I learned that if you don't monetize your skills, Sapa will kill you. True. If you're not monetizing your skills, more Sapa will finish you. This was Israel Nwafo. I remember that session. It was so fun, so interactive. Sapa will kill you. True, very true. If you are skilled and you are broke, you are doing yourself a great disservice. You cannot be skilled and be broke. Like I tell people all the time, the word knowledge is made up of two words, know and edge. Look at the word knowledge, know and edge. So two words make up the word knowledge. So what you know should give you an edge. What you know should make you money. So you cannot be knowledgeable and broke at the same time. You are contradicting yourself. So after you acquiring knowledge, you should know how to turn that knowledge into a money-making machine. I remember there were years when I was a writer, but I was broke until I learned the act of selling, the act of being able to, where's the word, exchange my knowledge for money. And that's why today, I can never become broke again because we've learned these things. We've learned strategies to make money. I am loving tonight's feedback. Vivian said that word has been ringing in my head like a bell. That's true. That's true. It should. It should. You cannot be knowledgeable and broke at the same time. It's an error. It's an error. It's an error. Okay? So Vivian and Elizabeth, great seeing you. And who else remembers that this training comes with a competition that comes with a 10,000 naira cash gift? I might just end up doing something tonight to reward people with that 10,000 naira cash gift. We might not have a competition anymore. I might decide that those that are active tonight, I would give them the 10,000 naira. I'm thinking about it because I'm getting very, very impressed. I'm getting very, very impressed. I might just decide to do the giveaway tonight. I might just cancel the competition and then say the most responsive audience gets the cash gift. Who knows? Vivian said, no matter what, keep on learning. Great, great. Okay, Elizabeth has told me who made that statement. Coach McAnn. Wow, very great. Coach McCann has been doing great things. She even has a program very soon in Ocean State where she'll be anchoring an event with several dignitaries. She's doing amazing things. Amazing things. Okay, someone is just tuning in. Create the life you love. What I said before you joined live was that if you're just joining us, please tell us your name and where you're participating from. And also tell us how the Skill Up initiative has been for you so far from day one to day two, day three, day four, day five. Today, tell us how it has been. Tell us what you've learned. Tell us the lesson that has been stuck with you. Tell us the session that gave you your own transformative experience because we know that we might have 10 sessions, okay, and all speakers might speak with great enthusiasm, great passion, great knowledge, but it might be just one word you need, just one word you need that would transform you. Not every statement is for you. It might be just one word you need. So if you've heard that one word that you need already, just let us know what it was for you. Let us know what it was for you. And in general, how's this training been? How's the training been? Okay, so our speaker is already here. Our speaker is here. I've read his bio already for us. So we can get into tonight's session. Okay, my YouTube and program MAP said, give value to those that mentor you. True. It's one thing I've been trying to do. This is one of the ways to build profitable relationships. Give value to those that mentor you. Don't just be someone that wants to take, and take all the time. You know how to give value to others so that you make yourself indispensable. After this training, will I remember your name? You will remember me. Yes, I hosted this program, but will I remember you? Will Mark Ann remember you? Will Valokafo remember you? Will Ebenezer Okorier remember you? Will Confidence Doctor remember you? Will Andrew Sheward remember you? Why should we remember you? That's a big question. Why should we remember you? How can you imprint your name on the minds of people that you look up to? How? And I'm sure Victoria Choma Nwana did just that yesterday. Okay, so our speaker joined before, but now he's away again. I don't know. I think we're having a little bit of issues. We're going to sort that out. Let me reply him. Let me speak to him. All right. Everybody is Selfish by Victoria Nwana. Wow. Wow. Okay, please, can you expand more on that? Can you expand more on that for those that missed her session so that they could understand what she meant by saying everybody's selfish? I just read a comment that is very, very funny. Someone said, the trainings to me is super eradicacious. Wahala. That word is very hard to pronounce. Super eradicacious. One way to give value and be of value is to volunteer. Awesomeness. Isuabana. Great. Vivian said recently they gave us his scripts to write. Mama, when I remember Sapa, I just inbox people in my department that I can write. Omo, if you see me, wow, that was great. This is great. I love this. I love this. Like I keep telling you, don't be knowledgeable and broke. Don't be skilled and broke. Find a way to monetize your skills. It's not enough to be skilled. Can you make these skills earn for you? I use my skills to earn a lot. My public speaking is giving me money, spoken word is giving me money, writing is giving me money. So any skill you have, there's always a way to monetize it. I remember this YouTube video that went viral. And what was the video on? So the video on someone teaching people how to boil water. No, just think about it. A video on YouTube teaching people how to boil water. Like it blew my mind. And it had thousands of views. It had thousands of views. How to boil water. And people were happily watching it. People were clicking on it. So don't think that what you know is general knowledge. There is someone that needs to know what you know, no matter how simple it might be. And during the course of time, I realized this. That is why no matter what I know, I don't care to know if to me it seems like something small, something that should be common knowledge. I discovered that common knowledge is not common. Do you get that? Common knowledge is not common. At every stage in your life, there are people that are beneath you. Okay, there are people that have not gotten the experience and knowledge you have. So let's say you were here before. When you get to this level, there are those that are in that former level where you were before. So what you know in this current level would be new information to them. So there's always something you can teach someone. That is the truth about life. There's always something you can teach someone and then you can monetize it. Okay? You can monetize whatever knowledge you have. Vivian said, we submitted the assignment today. When I entered the class, my classmates were like, Omoibo! That's what they call me in my school. Let them call you Omoibo as far as you're making your money. It's very important. All right, all right. So we're still taking feedbacks. Our guest is having a little issue. Balokafo is by 8 p.m. Ebenezer Okorier is supposed to come live by 7 p.m. but he's having some issues from his end. But we hope to fix that soon. We hope to fix that soon. All right. So as not to keep us here while our speaker is not available yet. Okay, let me fix something. I think I've gotten a message from him. So let me address that. Okay, he's still not available. So what we're going to do now is that I'm going to stop this live video and then we're going to, okay, I'm saying common sense is not common. Common knowledge is not common. There is always something you can share that someone needs to know. True. Very, very true. Very, very, very true. Very true. Like it's something I've experienced. Something I've experienced. Okay, I wanted to end this video till our speaker is ready, but I'm loving the feedback I'm getting, so I think we'll just continue. Or should I end it? Then we'll come back by 8 p.m. for Balukapo's session, since Ebenezer Okorier is tied up in, he cannot come live right now. Should we end the video right now and then come back by 8 p.m.? or should we just continue the feedbacks with the feedback session? Hmm. Okay. Create the life you love said, your voice is making me forget the troubles of Lagos traffic. Okay, so our guest is is available right now. It's in the house. So I'm going to add him to the screen. Okay. Wait to add our guest to the screen. Even though his camera is turned off, I'm sure you can listen to him. Okay, okay. So thank God I did not end the live video then, because now our guest is available. And I'm excited because the topic is something very, very interesting. Something that if you're like me and you love money, the love of money is not the problem. The love of money, what's the word? I think I'm mixing up something. Okay, money is not the problem, but the love of money is the root of all evil. But when you want to make good money for good reasons, it's not an issue. So our speaker is going to telling us how to leverage platforms to earn from your skills. So what platforms can you leverage on to earn from your skills? As a writer, as a public speaker, as a spoken word artist, as a copywriter, what platforms would help you to earn from your skills? So I'm going to be handing over to him right now to take over. Okay, let me see. Okay, one more comment from Ijoma about demonetizing your talents and skills. Through these classes, I've been able to believe so well in myself to register for a writing contest. I am certain I'll win. Congratulations in advance. I'm sure you're going to win. I'm rooting for you to win. Just put in the right work and you will definitely come out victorious. Congrats in advance. So now, Sir Ebenezer, can you hear me
Yes,
clearly?
yes, I can
Good
hear you.
evening and
Good
welcome. We
evening.
are happy to have you tonight.
I'm very sorry. Nigeria is making me to get used to doing live stream without video camera because of light issues.
Sorry about that.
It's
I'm
all
sure you'll be
fine.
missing India now.
Yes, of course.
So
Yeah,
I'm going
good
to hand over
evening.
to you now. We've done your introduction a while back, and everybody's
Okay.
excited to listen to you. So I'm going to
Thank you
hand
so
over
much.
for you to speak.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm Ebenezer Okorier, and a big thank you to Chioma and her team for this opportunity. Also, it's not just like we just want to speak or we are looking for platforms to talk. It's like we always look for opportunities to make impact to the society. Like we do a lot of things to make our own money and get from people, like get money from people's pockets. But then it also gives better joy when you are giving back to the people, when you see an
Hmm.
opportunity to give back to the people and help people like live out their dreams. So let me just tell you this very short story, okay? In
Sorry, please. Can I
2018,
want. Sorry, sorry,
okay,
sorry. I want to leave the screen now so we can all focus on you. Okay,
okay, that's fine.
so you can continue.
Yes. So in 2018, okay, I was one broke ass nigga, and like I literally was looking for a way to hold up to my life financially. I went to India in 2014. In 2016, in 2015, there was an issue with my mom's job, and that actually made the financial resources to be completely dependent on my dad. And then in 2016, my dad got retired, and everything just changed. Like it was really difficult, but then we just had to manage anyhow. Until I finished my first degree, I did mechanical engineering. After that, I wanted to come back to Nigeria immediately, and I also had the option of going to the US to do another course. But then going to the US was also going to be another lots of expenditures. So I thought like, okay, I should take a business administration course since I wasn't thinking of doing my MTech in India. So I had to take that. I had to convince my parents anyhow. It wasn't easy, but then uh, my I was able to convince them to pay for my tuition fee while I take care of my accommodation and everything. Accommodation in India is not as cheap as it is in Nigeria. Like what you pay on monthly basis in India, or what you pay for your annual rent in India, it's just a basic place that is even in outskirts of the city is almost like what you are going to be paying in your accommodation if you are living in Lekki in Lagos. That is how expensive. I'm not exaggerating. Yeah, so I had to begin to figure out a way. And one of the things I know that I could do very well was learning from observation. So before that time, I have been very, very interested in IT related stuff, but I really didn't want to put too much interest in that. But I had my own long-term ambitions related to mechanical engineering, production of machines, and all this stuff. So I just kind of thought, okay, if since I'm in India, I cannot start a company there because of some restrictions and also financial involvement. So I can actually leverage on IT skills and begin to work something. So I started learning web development with Wix. Most of the people into web development, you know about Wix. You don't need to write codes or something. You can just use drag and drop platforms to make your own website. And after that, that stuff didn't really come out in terms of getting clients and all that. So that was what pushed me into doing business administration because I needed to learn professionally how you can work out business, get clients, grow your business, and all those kind of stuff. So that's why I took the business administration. So at a point in time, I had to go and start looking for jobs in content writing. I did content writing job for almost 2 years. Like part of it was work from home, part of it was in office. In offices, I worked 6 months for content development job. I developed content for companies that wanted to make advertisements. Like when you are making video content, video advertisements on TV, big brands, when they are making advertisements, you need to generate a kind of timeline content which they are going to use that will be attractive to the audience. When they are making billboards advertisement, you need to generate like attractive contents that is going to use, and there will be a lot of screening. You need to go to speak with the clients, understand their business, all those kind of stuff. So I just did a lot of stuff to make sure that I got to that place. And I did that job for like 6 months. I stopped because it was inconvenient for my own. It was like it was taking away some other part of the stuff I was supposed to be doing. Sorry about the generator noise. Yeah, so fast forward to 2019, I started thinking of, okay, I should get into graphic designing stuff. I never attended, the only course I actually attended a class for, uh, and that was an institute, was AutoCAD. I had to learn AutoCAD in an institute, not because I didn't know about AutoCAD. I was designing stuff with AutoCAD software before that training, but I needed to get a professional certificate from it. So I had to go on for that. Apart from that, I learned graphic designing self-taught. I learned video editing self-taught. I learned video production like shooting and photography self-taught. I learned a lot of things. Even the content writing stuff I did, I never went to any institute for it for one day. So it was all based on learning by intuition, learning by observation. So why am I saying all this story? Why I'm saying it is passion is the number one thing to everything you want to do. Okay, there must be something that is driving you. Some people, their motivation could be that they are not in a better financial position for themselves. That will be their motivation. And it is always a motivation for everyone, right? Even people who are from very wealthy families. I know of people who are from very wealthy families, but they are doing their own stuff. And it's not because they just want to get the money, but they also have this motivation of independence. I don't want to depend on my parents' wealth. I don't want to depend on what my guardian or whoever is providing for me. I want to have my own source of income. I want to have something that gives my life a meaning, and that is what passion is about. You find something that you love, you find something that you want to do, help brands represent themselves. Why I took content writing job was because I wanted to help brands like present themselves in a way that customers are going to be so interested to see what they are doing. It's not like just using the common words which people use to advertise. Most of the times, clients that bring their projects to the company I worked for, they used to ask the CEO of the company to bring me along with them whenever they are coming to meet with them in their offices. I used to go with the manager of the company to some of those companies so that we could talk with the clients and everything, because they saw that what we were giving to them, the company, which I was actually developing the content, was not the common content you see everywhere. It is something that talks about the values of the business. And most of those big players in the industry, they don't just want you to just put any kind of content that will just advertise their stuff. They want you to tell the market what their brand is about, what their brand values stand. For what you want to do. Your passion is going to give you a direction, okay? And that direction it is going to give you is going to move you step by step by step by step to a particular stage. So most important thing now, we are talking about platforms that you can use to leverage those skills. So when you are starting at the beginning, most of us make this mistake of, when you are starting as a graphic designer, you want to go and charge people 5K, 10K, 20K just to do a flyer for them. Okay, it's not bad. Even if your flyer is like the most wonderful one, it's not bad. But first thing that people don't do is they don't build a portfolio for themselves. Before you start talking of making money with your skills, you have to first of all build the portfolio. Now, portfolio I'm talking about is, do projects that are people's projects. It may not be perfect, okay, but you will have something to showcase, because someday somebody is going to bring you a project of 100K, okay? If they bring you a project of 100K that you have been charging somebody 10K for, they are going to ask you, send me samples of what you have done before. Anybody can just go to the internet, get any random stuff and say, okay, I can do this kind of stuff, and then you send it as a sample. But you yourself, you know that you cannot do that stuff. You haven't done it before. Yeah, you say you feel you are capable of doing it, but since you haven't done it before, sorry, someone said they can't hear me again. Please identify in the chat if you can still hear me. Can you still hear me, please? Just identify. Let me be sure. Just tell me I can hear in the comments. Okay. So what I was saying is, before you start thinking of making money with any of your skills, build a portfolio for yourself. Okay. Like when we were doing all those website stuff, there were lots of people. I did a lot of free blogs for them. Okay. And why I didn't charge them money was because if you are building a blog with Wix, okay, Wix doesn't charge you money to host a website or to host a blog until you want to buy your own domain name. If you want to use your own domain name, then they are going to charge you money for that. But if you are not going to use your own domain name, there is a free Wix domain name which you can use, and you can host your website, you can share it with people, everybody can get it to use. So for most of us who want to have their own websites, your own personal website, maybe you are a writer and you want to be selling your ebooks, or you want to just publish it online for people to see, or you want to be writing your own blogs, okay, you can use wix.com. Go to wix.com, sign up with your email address, and you can actually start building a website with Wix. It's very easy. It's just a drag and drop stuff. You may not even do the drag and drop. You can just select a template by yourself. The whole thing is like fully automated. You can select either to build your own site by yourself, or to have to use their blog, their blogs. Sorry, I think whenever I open the chat, then it seems like the stuff can't talk again. I'm sorry, please. Okay, so I'm saying if you can, if you are looking for a way of having your own blog as a content writer, you're passionate about writing for news, writing for entertainment, writing for politics, and all this stuff, you can start your own blog with Wix.com. Okay, Wix.com offers you an opportunity to have a free blog. The only thing is you are not going to be able to create your own domain name. If you have to create your own domain name, then you have to pay for the premium plan. Okay, that is when you have to pay money. But if not, you just go to wix.com, sign up for free, select a template for blog site, and anyone which is like more fanciful to you, you use it to make your own blog. And from time to time, you can go there and be posting your own stuff. Okay, so that is also a way of you starting something. Now, secondly, the time we okay, sorry, what I was talking about, building your portfolio. Yeah, before I branch to talking about Wix, what I was saying about building your portfolio. Sorry, okay, my camera is on now. So what I was saying about building your portfolio is you have to look for free projects, like get stuff, like look for people who want to do something. Like if you're doing those web design stuff and you have learned how to use Wix, okay, find somebody that wants to build a blog, or you can even build a blog for yourself. Look for somebody who wants a graphic design project, and do something for that person. Okay, two things you are achieving is you are building a portfolio for yourself. That is, you are putting something out there which you can say that this is what I have done by myself. If somebody asks you, have you done graphic design stuff before, can I see samples of what you've done, you can actually send to the person. And secondly, making real projects is actually helping you to enhance your knowledge, okay, in that software you are using to design. Because the more you design, the more you get used to the whole stuff, like the whole platform and everything. So build your portfolio before you start charging people money for anything. Okay, sometimes you can charge them as low as 1K of something that should be 5K. You can charge them as low as 1K, 2K. People are willing to pay that. There are people who want good graphic design work, but they are not willing to pay 15,000 to a professional graphic designer, or 25,000 to a professional graphic designer to do that stuff for them. So you can leverage on those kind of people. Build your portfolio. That is most important thing. So when you finish building your portfolio, the next thing you are going to do is to begin to create your professional profile. Many of us want to be earning money and they are not on platforms like LinkedIn. They only use Facebook and Instagram and they don't have LinkedIn. I used to wonder how many people who are professionals and want to scale high in the industry who don't have an active LinkedIn profile. Okay, build yourself a LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn helps to push you up. Okay, some people who are going to give you projects to do for them, like for instance, if I'm going to give you a project that is more than 50,000 naira, if I want to know your proficiency in doing that, I may not even ask you for your previous work. I may just ask you to share me your LinkedIn profile. I may not even ask you directly. I may just go to LinkedIn and begin to search for your name. I want to see what is your standard in LinkedIn. Like, what have you done? What is your about? Like, I read about you. I read about your educational profile, your background. Read about your volunteering works and everything. Create a rich LinkedIn profile, not just a Facebook profile or Instagram profile. Those places are good to publicize you, but they don't give you a professional uh, out kind of professional outward look. Let me put it that way. Like other ones, like LinkedIn would give you. Okay, LinkedIn is a professional profile network. So going to the things that the places you can actually leverage your skills, like get money from what you are going to do. First things I'll say are the places you can use to actually build your stuff. If you are a graphic designer, two places I'm going to give you. Many of us are already used to Canva, okay, and Canva have very wonderful templates, but there are things which Canva cannot give you if you are not a professional designer that can recreate those things by yourself, or if you don't know how to use the elements part of Canva. If you are a graphic designer and you want to do professional job with Canva, explore those elements part of Canva. Okay, the stuff that are there in the elements, like when you go to Canva, you are going to have uploads, you are going to have templates, you are going to have pictures like photos, and you are going to have elements. In that place you have elements. Explore stuff that are there. If you are looking for a bed icon, search for bed icon. If you are looking for workspace illustration, search for workspace illustration. You will see very, very professional designs that it will shock you that it was made with Canva. Okay, so where you make it is very important. Second place that is going to help you at the beginning phases of your graphic design work is postermywall.com. Most people don't know about postermywall. I'm very, very sure of that. Yeah, because many people, when I tell them about it, they are like surprised. Wow, there's a platform like this. So Poster My Wall is one wonderful platform for creating flyers and posters. And the beautiful thing about Poster My Wall is there are a lot of already made templates there that you can use to design your own stuff. Like you can literally just do changing of image and text and every other thing. You do it like so professionally. Okay, so if you have access to platform like Poster My Wall, begin to explore those things. It's free. Poster My Wall is free. There are a little bit of maneuvering ways of skipping some contents there. There are some things you will design there and they have watermark. Because they have watermark, you are going to have a watermark at the bottom of the stuff you are going to export. But there are ways you can manipulate it. Okay, you can DM me if you want help with that also. I have a platform where I have tutorials for Poster My Wall, and it's very cheap. It's just like for $9.99. If you have Poster My Wall, you can save yourself a lot of time in making professional flyers and posters. So that is for graphic design. Now, when you come to video editing, there are softwares which many of us already know about. Viva Video, but there is an app which is more professional than Viva Video. It's just that it needs you to have a phone which has very, very good RAM. At least you should have a phone of 2 GB or 3 GB RAM. Don't try to access that app with a 1 GB RAM phone, please. If you are very interested in video editing and you don't have a laptop or a desktop, you want to be doing it with your phone, please try to get a phone that is 3 GB RAM or 4 GB RAM. Even 2 GB RAM phones will be hanging. Okay, so the name of the app is Filmora, Wondershare Filmora. So you can use Wondershare Filmora to make wonderful videos in your phone. And they have templates also that is going to kind of push your stuff off. All this stuff I'm telling you, people actually pay money to get into training for me to give them those information. Okay, so this is like a big giveaway that Chioma is doing for everybody who is attending this program, because we are giving you secrets that is helping us to earn in huge amounts of money, like in hundreds of thousands. So appreciate it very well. So even though me, I don't use like video editing stuff in my phone, I have a system. If you have a system, there is also a Wondershare Filmora app on PC. You can download it on PC, you can get it on your smartphone. Okay, so other softwares I have, they don't actually work on smartphones. You have to use them on desktops or laptops. Okay, there is Camtasia Studio, there is Premiere Pro, there is Sony Vegas Pro. If your system cannot process Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, like easily, you can go for Sony Vegas Pro. Another very good option, Sony Vegas Pro also, you may need to crack it for you to use it. But another wonderful option of a professional software, you will not believe that that software is very much free, is VSDC. VSDC editor is very free. And we also have a free course on Getters Academy for VSDC. So if you want to learn how to use VSDC, it's a computer software for video editing, professional video editing. So it's not for your phone, it's going to work with your phone. If you want professional stuff for your phone, go for Filmora, Wondershare Filmora. If you want something that you use on your PC, go for VSDC. VSDC is not a heavy software, and it's a very professional software, and you don't need to crack it. It is free. You can use it, you can export videos without watermarks and all that, like make professional videos. So you can download it from the internet. Just search for VSDC video editor, you can download it. It doesn't need like big storage and all that to work on your stuff. Okay, so you can use that in your video editing projects. And if you don't know how to use it, it's a bit complex. VSDC is a bit complex, but if you have basic video editing knowledge, okay, you can actually navigate your way around making a basic project with it. But if you want extended course on it, you go to Getters Academy. We have some free introductory courses on VSDC, and if you want like to get the full course, it's just like so sorry, please, my phone just fell out. Yeah, it's just like I think very affordable stuff, either 1,000 or 2,000 naira stuff, just very cheap. You just buy it once and you have access to it through your Getters Academy account anytime. Yeah, so when we come to content development, I know many of us think that it's not possible to be getting content development stuff online, like projects. Okay, so there are two major platforms I'm going to give you. One of those platforms is a bit difficult. Okay, why I'm saying is a bit difficult is because it's very competitive. It is called freelancer.com. Okay, you have freelancer.com, you have upwork.com. The only problem you are going to have with Upwork is they have lots of procedures verifying people from Nigeria because of all these fraudulent activities online and all that stuff. Yeah, so you should have a way of identification, okay, either international passport or national ID card or something for you to verify your account on Upwork for you to be getting projects. Freelancer.com, I think it's almost the same thing too if you are registering from Nigeria. So what you are going to do is, if you are going with freelancer.com or upwork.com, you need to be very active. I will prefer you download the mobile application. The reason is because whenever there is any new project posted on the category which you have selected, okay, you will have to get a notification from the app telling you that there is a project like this and you can actually apply for it. Like as soon as the project is dropping, there are hundreds of people applying within seconds. So it's very competitive and you have to give your price bidding and get projects from there. It's a sure stuff. Okay, if in every month you can get 1 or 2 projects from freelancer.com, you'll make good money, like between $50 to $100 for sure. Now, another platform that is easier because it is a Nigerian-based platform is a platform that was developed by Silicon Tech Africa. It's a company in Owerri, started by an ex-photo student. It's called writersgig.com. I've forgotten whether it's .com or .ng. Just check writersgig.com or writersgig.ng. Writersgig, writers and gig.com. So it's actually for writing projects. There are people cashing out very well. It was just launched, I think, around February or March of this year. And I think after 2 or 3 months, the CEO of the company said they have paid out about I think around 1 point something million or 2 point something million naira to freelancers who are freelancing on the platform. That means there are actually projects running on that place. So that is a good platform to get editorial works, to get writing works, to get ghostwriting works, all those stuff. Anything about writing is writersgig.com. Okay, so the last place I'm going to say, this one is for web developers who are working on projects that they want to bring out for people. You want to do something very easy. I would really recommend WordPress. Okay, WordPress is a platform that helps you to build websites that is going to stun people, and people are not going to know that it is developed by WordPress. And it is done with one easy place, like one easy place. It's called Team Forest. Team Forest is a very easy platform. The only thing is, like, if you want to be using Team Forest to get teams for websites, for mobile applications and all that, which you want to build for people, or you want to build for your own personal project, you may need somebody to guide you. You may need somebody to train you. Yeah, and that is where my academy also comes in. I train people for all this stuff. Okay, it's going to cost you a chunk of money, but when you are done with it, you are also going to get an internship that is going to link you up with projects that you can work on and also start earning before I will leave you to start getting your own clients to work on your own stuff. So you can also access that place. Okay, so the point is, the one thing about WordPress is there is a whole transformation in this IT industry. Okay, when, for instance, somebody tells you to make a website for him, and this person tells you, I need this website within 2 to 4 weeks time. If you want to go and start coding that website by yourself, just you, except you have a team, if you are going to be coding that website by yourself, you are going to spend like nights just developing one website. Okay, and if you are not a very good user interface designer, like UI UX designer, you are not even going to present something that is very beautiful, that makes people to be attracted, that will even make the client himself to be satisfied. You are just going to do something that is just there and all that. But when you use this stuff, okay, there is, first of all, if you know how to use it very well, you are going to build beautiful websites. Secondly, you are going to hit deadlines because you are serving commercial clients. You are not doing this like for individual projects. You are doing it for commercial consumption. So you need to be hitting deadlines, because I have clients that will come up to me and tell me, we are registering our company, we are done with everything, we need a website so we can put it up in our business address and all that stuff, and we need this thing within 1 week. How are you going to code a full business website within 1 week if you're not going to burn nights, if NEPA is not going to frustrate you, if internet is not going to finish when you're doing all this stuff? So it's kind of something you just have to rethink. And that's why I'm suggesting WordPress to every web developer to begin to utilize it. So once again, if you need any help with that, I will help you, or you go to Gators Academy and get access to it. And okay, I think this will be all I'll give away for today. Yeah, maybe we'll have another time. My time is completely up. We started very late. I'm very sorry about that, because of I had to go to somewhere to fix my system and all that. So I came back a little bit late. And then after that, power issues, blah, 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 blah. So thank you so much.
But
If you
even
have
with the
any
little time,
questions,
Seth, you
just
gave so
message
much
me
value.
privately. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Ebenezer. It's been an amazing session with you. Like, I can see
Thank
so
you so much
many
for the
comments,
opportunity.
like the chat box has been set on fire. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you. I can go off now, right?
Yes, you can. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so who
Ah,
enjoyed Sir Ebenezer's session?
I
Because
did.
mine was literally fire from here. Even Saval is saying he enjoyed it.
Mm.
Who enjoyed it? Tell me. I can see fire emojis. Value overload. See fire everywhere. Wow. I love the comments. I love that we're part of this. It was so amazing. So amazing. Personally, I've learned a lot. Like you mentioned that Upwork and Fiverr. And the funny thing was that a few weeks ago, even days ago, sef, not even a few weeks, a friend was talking to me about it and was telling me how I can be making millions if I do well on this Fiverr and Upwork platforms. I've been hearing about them, but I've not really put my mind to them. But now I've told him that once I'm done with Skill Up, I'm going to hold his trouser. It's going to teach me by force, by fire. Let me know how to make the 7 figures in a week instead of stressing myself now. Why wouldn't I just leverage this platform? Because that's the benefit. When you leverage platforms, you can earn faster than on your own platform like that. Because now they have the traffic, they have the source, they have the hungry market for you. So today was amazing. Yeah, I'm giving you free soap. Now it's less for you to go and use the soap to bath. So now we have another amazing session right now with Salval Okafor. And his topic
Thank
is
you.
something that you should see. You need to clean your ear again because this one is going to take you to another level. His topic is, let me set my camera again. His topic is something that personally I'm interested in. I am personally interested in because if you want to go far, you should be willing to learn not just what everybody else is learning, but something that is specific for people that want to go the extra mile. And his topic is leadership skills for global opportunities. Leadership skills for global opportunities. Recently, I've been hearing the word global, 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 global. And it's like the Lord is speaking. And I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to hear. It's like we're going from local to global, global opportunities. So, Salval, I'm going to hand over to you now so you can tell us how to go global using leadership skills. Thank you so much. We're great to have you in the house. We've read your bio previously. In case you're wondering, we've read your bio previously, so you've been anticipating your presence. I've
No
done the work of
problem.
John the Baptist. So now it's
No
time for
problem
Jesus
at
Christ
all.
to take over.
Thank you very much, Choma. Before we do anything, I just want to say thank you for the privilege to come on your platform to share with the audience that would be listening. And the previous speakers that have spoken before me, I celebrate all of you. I celebrate all of you. Thank you so much. And the ones that will come
Thank
after
you.
me, I also celebrate you. So thank you, Choma, for the opportunity to share a few of my thoughts and experiences on how all of us can deploy our leadership skills so that we can appeal to the global community. So yeah, let's hit the ground running. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening from Nigeria. My name is Valo Kafo. I'm an effective leadership evangelist, and today we're going to be looking at something very interesting. So, I mean, it's very simple. I want you to just pay attention to what I'm going to be sharing. When you hear the word leadership, 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 you might be wondering, what is this thing? What is this thing called leadership? Is it for everyone or is it for a selected few? See, a lot of persons have asked me, are leaders born or made? I'm like, you're correct. If you think leaders are born, you're correct. If you think leaders are made, you are correct, right? Now, my own opinion is everyone is a leader. Why? Because we all have the potentials to lead. We all have the potentials to solve problems, and that's actually what distinguishes us. That's what makes everyone a leader. Okay, the ability to solve problems, the ability to assume responsibility, like what Shoma is doing, is an amazing leadership attribute. Creating a platform where people come to learn, to hone their skills so that they can become better personally and professionally. So Choma is a leader. Why? Because she has assumed the responsibility of solving the problems of many people out there. So we celebrate you, Ma, because you have shown leadership and a skill, leadership attribute. So everyone out there is a leader. The problem is they have not really activated that leadership attribute. They've not really deployed that leadership attribute. Okay, so let me just give you a simple definition of what leadership is. Leadership is a prestigious lifestyle. Please underline lifestyle of impact, all right, of value, of influence, of commitment, which distinguishes you from the pack. Okay, which distinguishes you from the pack all right, and sets you at the peak, P-A-P-E-A-K, sets you at the peak. Let me come again. It's a prestigious lifestyle of impact, one, of influence, of value, of commitment, all right, which distinguishes you from the pack and places you at the peak, P-E-A-K. Now, let me just start by explaining some of the key words. So, leadership is a prestigious lifestyle of impact. Now, you don't have to occupy any position to be able to impact. Choma, you are not the president, you are not the governor, you are not the commissioner, you are not the minister of, say, youth and sports, but this is what you're doing, you know, making sure that people hone their skills so that they can become better persons. You're not doing it because you're the governor, you're not doing it because you're the president. So it's a prestigious lifestyle of impact. Yeah, because you are impacting the lives of people without being without occupying any position. Nobody went to the ballot box to say we are voting Chioma to be the governor or the president. No, no. So every one of you listening to me today, you want to ask yourself, how have I been making at least little impact in the lives of other people? Remember, I'm talking about leadership skill for global opportunities. I'm going there, but I want to lay the foundation, all right? Because you don't climb the ladder from the top, you start from the bottom. So we want to start from the foundation. Now, are you able to make impact in the lives of people around you? That's one. Two, we said that it's a prestigious lifestyle of influence. Listen, if nobody is following you, you're not yet a leader. This may sound if nobody is following you, you're not yet a leader. What is leadership without followership? It's nothing. So John Maxwell, who is considered an authority in leadership, says leadership is influence. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Now, I want to give you an example. For whatever you're doing today, I believe you must have seen it somewhere. Okay, maybe your clothes you're wearing, your hairdo, the way you speak, the way you behave. You might have seen it being exhibited by somebody somewhere. You might have read it in the book. You might have, seen it in a movie. Somehow, you must have seen it. That's influence. The person you're copying is influencing you. All right. Now, this influence could be positive or negative. So you see, that's why I said that leadership is influence, right? This influence could be positive, this influence could be negative. So we have bad leadership attributes. I don't want to mention names because of the nature of the platform we are in. If not, I would have mentioned names of people who have throughout their life shown how bad they can be. Is that okay? so so leadership is influence. Who are you influencing? There's somebody somewhere who is looking at you and saying, wow, I want to be like this. I want to be like this. I want to go this way. I want to do what this person is doing. Okay. I want to be able to dress the way this person is dressing. I want to be able to speak like this person. So you have the capacity to influence people. The question should be, am I influencing them positively or negatively? Okay. So the people who lead us do not have this understanding that leadership is about influence. Okay. The way people perceive me, the way people see me is dependent on how I act and behave. Okay. All right. So
I'm going to write that down, person.
we said that
Please say it
it's a
again.
prestige. Okay. So I said the way people perceive me is dependent on how I act and behave. All right. Now, I also said that leadership is a prestigious lifestyle of impact, of influence, and then value. Let's talk about value. Value is anything people ascribe worth to. Value is anything people can sacrifice to get. I read a story of a man who sold everything he had to buy a land. Why did he buy that land? Because buried in that land are gold deposits, crude oil. He sold everything. Now, that land was valuable. That was why he sacrificed every other thing he had. Okay, so leadership is about value. What value are you creating, ladies and gentlemen? What value are you bringing to the table? Okay, how have you been able to make a difference in the life of people? All right, these things are very important. Before we talk about global opportunities, you have to set the foundations right. If not, okay, you'll be wondering, why are things not happening the way I want them to happen? So it's a prestigious lifestyle of value. Constantly you have to bring value to the table, and permit me to add this, that you have to consciously be a person who brings value to the table. You have to be value addition driven, not someone who takes away, not someone who always wants to take, but someone who wants to give. Value addition driven mentality. You have to develop it. You have to develop it. Okay. Now, let's go over to the other attributes, which is vision. Leadership is a prestigious lifestyle of vision. What is vision? Vision is simply a mental picture of a desirable future. Mm. Is a mental picture of a desirable future. Okay, now Valukafor's addition says is a mental picture of a desirable future which you want to feature in. Feature. A mental picture of a desirable future, the future you desire so much. But it moves from just desiring to being part of that future. You want to feature in that mental picture. For example, Choma, right now you're thinking of going to the UN, to share these opportunities with bright minds. That's like a mental picture. Now you want to move from that to feature in that picture. That's vision. Okay, so that's vision. And I used to say that vision is simply seeing the end from the beginning. You have seen the end from the beginning. Okay, it's like an architect drawing a house. He has finished that house even before the physical building lands on that piece of land. Even before it appears, the building has been finished already. So it's a prestigious lifestyle of vision. Why is this important and why am I stressing this? Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is so sad to say that as at 1976, I want to show you why vision is important and why you must develop one today. As at 1976, if you brought the 1 naira, it will exchange for $1.33. $1.33. So if I needed 100 naira, you would bring $133. 1976. Go and do your research. All right. 1976. If you graduated from any university in Nigeria, you needed not to write any professional exams like the TOEFL, the IELTS, the QMAT, the GMAT, the whatever, because as at that time they were considered equal. Okay. In 40 years, what happened, ladies and gentlemen? What happened? Absence of vision. There was nothing driving the people who were piloting the ship. There was nothing they could see. They couldn't see beyond their noses. They couldn't see beyond their stomach. Okay. They couldn't see beyond manifesto. All right. They were not vision driven. They were manifesto driven. So this is why it's important, and you can see where it has landed us into. You can see the mess. But As at this 1976, a city called Dubai, which was synonymous to a desert, Choma, trust me, if I asked you to go to Dubai as at 1976, you would say, God forbid. You would
I've
reject
seen
the
pictures.
visa,
Terrible.
you will reject everything because there was nothing fascinating about it. There was nothing enticing about it. There was nothing interesting about Dubai. 40 years later, it's the marvel of the world. Everybody wants to go there. Why? Vision. Mohammed bin Rashid, the ruler of Dubai, in his book, My Vision, stated how Dubai turned from a desert to the marvel of the world. Okay? The power of vision. So that's it's a leadership skill. Vision is a leadership skill, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to access global opportunity, then you have to see beyond your nose, you have to see beyond your stomach. Okay, I look forward to a time where we as a nation, because I'm very passionate about nation building and national transformation. Why is that? Because believe me, if you are successful as an individual coming from a failed nation, you may likely be treated with disregard, in the international community, because once you mention your country, then the people will just they wouldn't be excited about it. So that is why I want to grow successfully and also grow my nation. Okay, but that's by the way. That's by the way. Now I look forward to a time where uh, light will not be a prayer point again. Father, in the name of Jesus, before I reach home, let there be light. Come on now, come on. I look forward to a time where candles will be lit only on romantic dinners. I mean, and not for us to be able to see. Okay, yeah, where the safety of roads will stop being a name of an organization. It will now become an experience, ladies and gentlemen. Vision. Okay, so I've spoken so much about vision, and let's just move to the next key point, which is commitment. Leadership is a prestigious lifestyle of commitment. You have to commit. You have to commit. You have to commit. Leaders commit. Okay, leaders commit. Mahatma Gandhi, as at 1945, he was a nationalist in India, and he was the one that postulated the theory of non-violence when the British people were just, mesmerizing Indians. He was teaching them the principle of non-violence, and so they were not reacting negatively to the oppression, and that's made the British to go. Okay, so Mahatma Gandhi is somebody who committed. Not Nelson Mandela is someone who committed. Okay, for 27 years, that guy was in prison. His body was dying, but his vision was alive. So he committed his time, his resources, his energy to see that the oppression of his people, somehow rolled away. And it happened in 1994. He assumed leadership, and for just 4 years, you saw the transformation of South Africa. And we have so many of them. Martin Luther King Jr., people who committed, to the liberation. I can't forget the dream of Martin Luther King Jr. One day, my son will be judged not by the color of his skin, but by the content of his character. And today, we see blacks ascending very high roles and positions all over Europe, America. That dream has come to pass. Why? He committed. He committed. So leaders commit. And if you wonder why we are failing as a nation and why organizations keep failing, check the commitment level. Okay, check the commitment level. You look at the promises they've made, and then you check how committed they are in keeping those promises. You would see that there's a huge gap. Okay, so that's that. I believe that we've been able to build a firm foundation on what leadership is and how that it for everyone, and how that everybody can assume this responsibility. Okay, now let's delve into the meat of this meeting. I'm trying as well to be very fast so that I will entertain a few questions if there are any. Now, let's talk about leadership skills for global opportunities. What is global? We live in a global village. You must have heard that countless times. And that's because the world is borderless now. What is happening in America can be known by somebody who is living in Ebonyi State in Nigeria. What is happening in UK could be known by somebody who is living in Abuja. Okay? Why the world is borderless? Because of technological advancements, because of certain facilities that helps us to keep ourselves abreast of what is going on in the world. So when they say the world is a global village, it's because I can reach you, you can reach me. I mean, currently I'm in just Nigeria, and some of you are in Lagos, some of you are in Anambra, some of you are watching from outside Nigeria, but you can hear me. I mean, you can interact with me, and you can also, I can read some of your comments, and we are just like in a room, virtual room. So that's actually what makes the world a global village. All right. So what you are doing can be seen by somebody who is in the United States of America, in Australia, in India. All right. Now, you want your skill, you want your craft, you want your ideas, you want your experiences to be noted by the international community. You want your whatever it is that you're doing to be recognized at the global level. What do you need to do? And that's what I want to share. I've divided it into two: skill base and knowledge base. Okay, skill base and knowledge base. We have to be knowledgeable about certain things that can grant us global opportunities, and then we also have to acquire the skills that will grant us that global opportunity. Now, global opportunities are plethora, they are avalanche. Okay, there are so many of them. It could be work, all right, it could be that you got a job to leave your country. It could be internship. It could be leadership training and fellowships abroad and all that. It could be that you got a scholarship, you want to go and study abroad. These are global opportunities. Why are they global? Because they are outside your village, they are outside your community, they are outside your sphere of influence. Okay, so you're moving to a community where nobody seems to know who your father is or who your mother is. Okay, right. So that's actually a summary of what global means. Now let's talk about the knowledge base. If you want to go international, if you want to be recognized abroad, if you want to be recognized globally, now you have to be knowledgeable about the sustainable development goals. Write that down, guys. You have to be knowledgeable about the sustainable development goals, SDGs. You have to be knowledgeable about the SDGs. We're talking about global now, and then you don't know about the SDGs. The SDGs are called global goals. They are called global goals. Let me just give you a little background. It was formerly MDGs, Millennium Development Goals, from 1999 to 2015, but it failed. It failed because countries in Africa couldn't, they couldn't achieve the aims of those goals. So it was collapsed. And then in September 2015, the SDGs, the S there means sustainable. Okay, because the MDGs failed. So they initiated this SDGs. It was, of course, the United Nations. So they started the SDGs to be able to make sure that countries of the world are able to achieve these goals. Now, they gave a 15-year plan, so 2015 to 2030, that by 2030, at least countries of the world would have attained some of these goals. And what are these goals? I'm just going to give you 5 of them. There are 17 in number, so you go study the rest. Number 1 is zero hunger. Okay, zero hunger. Number two is no poverty. Number three is good health and well-being. Goal four is quality education. Goal five is gender equality. Now you have to be knowledgeable about the sustainable development goals. Come on, we're talking about leadership skills for global opportunities. What is the global opportunity? It could be an internship. It could be that I'm going for scholarship abroad. It could be that I'm going to speak internationally. It could be that, okay, these guys need what I'm doing. Okay, they want me to export my craft. Simple. So you have to be knowledgeable about what governs the world. Countries of the world are pursuing the SDGs, they are pursuing these goals, and you want to be part of the people pursuing these goals. Like what Chema is doing with her platform is to empower the people so that they will use the knowledge and skill they get to be able to, get certain financial rewards, certain employment, poverty. Okay, she's solving the problem of poverty. All right, so what Chema is doing is actually working towards the actualization of goal number two. So she's a global citizen. If you're invited to the United Nations today to talk about the Creatives in Business Scale Up Initiative, of course, you are going to speak in the light of empowerment, in the light of helping millenniums all over Africa, all over the world, equip themselves with 21st century skills so that they can empower themselves to be independent. And they will clap for you. Why? Because whatever skill and knowledge they will get will help them to remove themselves from poverty, to lack and all those limitations. All right, so you have to be knowledgeable about these goals. Mm. Okay, I know this one is hard work, but go and study them. 17 goals, 169 targets. Okay, now that's, I'm talking about knowledge base. I've not gone to skill base. I'm still talking about knowledge base. What you need to know to be able to export your craft, to be able to recognize abroad. All right, now the second thing you need to know is international best practice. There's something known as international best practice, and that's like something like a document that governs your activities, that governs your work, that governs the mode and operations of your business. Okay, international best practice. How do people do these things abroad? How do people do these things internationally? All right, that's international best practice. For example, I'm going to share with you about three of them. One is principle of confidentiality, especially those who work in the health sector. Some of you who work in the development sector, there's something called the principle of confidentiality. You don't share what you and your client have discussed about your business with anybody Hello, can someone hear me? Just put in the comment section if you can
I can
still
hear
hear
you.
me. All right, just let
We
me
can hear you.
see. I
But
don't
your
know, the
video is
network is
frozen.
failing.
We can hear you, but your video is kind of frozen right now. Static.
Oh, looks like my network is failing. Can you still hear me?
We can still hear you, just that we can't see you. We can
Can
hear
you still hear
you.
me? Let me just put it in the comment.
Yes,
Yeah?
we can hear you.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay, great. So I was having little network challenge, and just permit me to turn off my camera now. Now I'm going to turn it on later. So I was talking about the goals and why you should know them, and and all that. So I moved to international best practice. There's one called the principle of confidentiality. You don't share to people what you and your client just discussed. Okay, that's how it's done internationally. And there's also the principle called the principle of individualization, and that is treating individuals uniquely. No two individuals are the same. No two individuals are the same. Okay, individuals are different, and so you have to treat them differently. You have to treat them differently. So these are parts of international best practice. You have to know these things. Okay, global opportunity. One day as a coach, you could be called to coach setting set of people. Okay, and then they share stuffs with you, and the next thing is all over Facebook, Instagram, and you're using it on your stories. Okay, so you might just risk yourself going to jail and all that. So you have to know these things, okay? And there's something also called the principle of self-disclosure. Principle of self-disclosure. Okay, people have the right to speak up. People have the right to express themselves. Okay. Also, there's something known as culture shock. Culture shock. Somebody leaves a certain place and goes to another place. Say you leave Nigeria and you go to a place like America and Europe, where this thing called democracy really thrives, and people are allowed to do anything they want to do without being questioned. And then you, with your Nigerian mentality, with your cultural upbringing and background, you see somebody who introduces himself as Steve and introduces his wife as Adam, and you're like, Jesus. And you're like, blood of Jesus, Holy Ghost fire, God forbid. Come on now. So I mean, like, uh, your sentiments, your biases may not hold water in the place. Why are you shocked? It's because you've not, gotten yourself abreast with what's happening all over the world, and you've not gotten yourself familiar with what happens in the global space. So that's why you're shocked, that's why you're surprised, that's why you are behaving the way you're behaving. Okay, so you have to be prepared enough. You have to be prepared. You have to get yourself familiar with these things. It's going to help you. It's going to save you lots of stress. Going to save you lots of troubles. All right. Now, because this is like a whole lecture on its own, I will quickly move to the skill aspect of it, like the skill aspect of it, right? Elizabeth Ijoma says, I really want to experience that. You want to experience culture shock? No problem. No problem. We'll send you to Malaysia. So now let's talk about the skill base part of this leadership skill for global opportunity. Now you have to have good communication skill. Good communication skill is one of the skills that will actually give you this global relevance and significance. You have to have good communication skill. Do not say, and this communication skill could be verbally or in written form. All right. But in the 21st century, you have to have both. You have to be a good speaker and you have to be a good writer. So you do not say English is not my father's language. Do not say, I know I'm Igbo, I'm proud to be an Igbo, and so I must speak Igbo. No, we're talking about global opportunity now. So you have to have good communication skills, to enable you communicate across board, across gender, across religious differences, tribes and tongues, and all that. So if you don't have this, please enroll, learn from Choma. I think she has a course on that. She's going to teach you how to communicate the easy way. So you have to have good communication skills. I'm not saying like you have to cram certain vocabularies, carry the dictionary and start studying. No, I mean basic communication skill. You have to just be able to express your thoughts. You have to be able to express your ideas in a way that it could be understood. I don't know if you have seen certain United Nations presentations. You see people from different countries making presentations, and sometimes there's what is called phonological interference. Phonological interference is a situation whereby people can detect where you are from just by hearing you speak. And some persons who are from the north here in Nigeria, when they speak, you would know. Somebody who is from the southeast, when they speak, you would know. Somebody who is from the southwest, when they speak, you would know. So those things are called phonological interference, and it's not peculiar to Nigerians. People all over Africa and even Europe have the same thing. If an Indian speaks now, you will know that this guy is from India. All right. So, but nobody cares about that. It's you being able to express yourself in clear terms so that the next person can understand you. Okay, so good communication skill is very important. I had the opportunity, I want to share a real life experience now. I had the opportunity to mentor a few Palestinian women. That was last year between August and November or December. So, of course, they speak Arabic and I speak English. So, communication was kind of difficult, but then I thank God that they had just good command of English. They were trying the best they could, and we were communicating. They were able to understand me very well because I spoke the best I could. I wrote things down the best I could. So it was very understandable. It was impactful. It was valuable because yes, I won't say the best communication skill, but I know I'm able to communicate with anyone, anywhere in the world. So you need to also have this communication skill to be able to export your ideas, to be able to export your crafts. All right. So that's very important. Good communication skill. Two, another skill you need to have is what I call problem solving skills. Problem solving skills. Organizations are looking for problem solvers, solution providers. That's what the world and organizations are looking at, okay? And people that are looking for. Not necessarily people who have certificates, even though this is so important, even though certifications are so important. But I think the world are looking for people with skills. You know, an example is Google. Google, you don't need to, they don't care if you have never been in school. If you are able to profile solutions, definitely you're going to get employment. If you're able to write codes, interpret codes, design certain things, there you go. They will give you employment immediately, right? So organizations are looking for problem solvers, solution providers. So that's a skill you need to learn, problem solving skills. And this goes beyond your job description. I'm speaking to those who might be working somewhere now. You work in an organization and you say, "Oh, it's not my job description. I'm not going to do it. It's outside my job jurisdiction. I'm not going to do it." No, you are shooting yourself in the leg. You need to be able to be proactive. You need to be able to profile solutions at any given time, whether or not it's within your your job description. Okay, your boss wants something to be done and it's outside your job description. Let's say, for example, you're a great graphics guy, but you're not the one assigned to do graphics. Maybe your work is to send emails to clients and partners. Now the graphics guy is not on seat and the boss wants something urgently. She's asking who is able to come up with something very important, something very, very urgent for us to do. and then you fold your arms because it's not your job description. You say, I'm not the graphics guy. If the graphics guy comes, let him take over. No, in the 21st century, you don't do this. You jump on the work, okay? So you are likely to retain your job if you have this mentality, if you're able to deploy solutions on the go. All right. So problem solving skill, very key. And this also translates during meetings. When you have meetings with your team, with your colleagues, with your boss, and they're like, okay, who has something to say, A or B, any other business, and you keep quiet, you don't contribute during meetings, you don't say anything during meetings. After the meeting, you go gossiping with your colleague that, you people are so dull, you would have said this thing, you would have said this thing. But when the opportunity was given to you, you didn't say anything. Okay. So but you want to be able to make contributions during meetings, you want to be able to make contribution during group discussion. That's problem solving skills, share ideas and all that. So that's actually what the world is looking for: people who are able to birth solutions, people who are able to bring ideas that will solve a particular problem at that given time. Okay. Leadership skills for global opportunities. Yeah, it sounds so great, but there's a whole lot to be done. There's a whole lot of work to be done. You need to be able to arm yourself with the knowledge, and then arm yourself with the skill to be able to export your craft abroad, to be able to export your skills, your ideas to a global audience. Okay, so I hope that this helps you to take certain actions immediately. Okay, so before I wrap up and hand over to Choma, I want to talk about this one. This is very important, guys. Very important. Remember my definition? I say it's a prestigious lifestyle of impact. And how can you make this impact? Somebody might be there asking, Val, I've heard everything you said and I'm inspired this night. I can't wait to take action. Let me show you how you can take action. Maybe you're an undergraduate, or maybe a fresh graduate. You're looking for what to do with your life. I just want to share an idea with you. It's a leadership skill, and that is volunteering. Volunteering is doing an unpaid activity for maybe the benefit of knowledge, or to be able to build up your skills. This lecture will not contain everything about volunteering. It's going to take us hours, but I just want to drop tidbits. Okay, so I believe that whatever you're thinking or whatever you are aspiring to do, someone is doing it. Whatever it is, your ideas, your brilliant, opinions, what you want to do, your mission, your vision, someone has already done it. It's either someone has done it already or someone is doing it. That's just the truth. When they say there is nothing new under the sun, it is very true. Okay, so look at whosoever is doing what you're aspiring to do, and serve them, serve them. Okay, I would usually say pour water in their hands. You know how the biblical Elisha literally poured water in the hands of Elijah? Do the same thing. Elisha saw somebody whose present was his future. He saw somebody who was already living his imagination. And so he poured water in his hands to be able to get the best out of him. I'm sorry that you're not seeing my face. I'm having technical issues, but I'm sure that you are hearing my voice, and you have to just pardon me for that. Okay, so he saw somebody who was living his future, and in the present he poured water in his hands. So what is it that you're aspiring to become? An engineer, a public speaker, an author? People have done it in the past, and people are doing it and succeeding. Locate them, locate them, locate them, locate them. Okay, locate them. Pour water in their hands. Okay, pour water in their hands. When I got into school, I said I didn't want to graduate like the the average Nigerian student. I didn't want that for myself. I wanted, as soon as I'm leaving school, I already know what I want, and I've already started working towards it and all that. So that was what was on my mind as I got into school. Now I searched for volunteering opportunities and I jumped on them. I jumped. It was not easy. It was not so sweet. Okay, the experience, some of them were bitter, but then, of course, a pregnant woman during labor would push and push and push and bear the pain, because very soon she's going to hold her wonderful baby boy or baby girl, and she will forget the sorrows. Okay, she'll forget that there was a time where the nurses were beating her to say push, 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 and all that. Okay, so that's the same thing that applies to your life. You know where you're going to, so you are able to scale whatever hurdle or challenges that come. So that was the mindset I had. There was this boss I was following. She was very principled and she didn't take nonsense. She would call I to make sure that things are done properly, and I would do them. Juggling this with my exams, with my lectures. I was like, oh my God, I hope I won't go crazy. But in the end, I didn't go crazy. I learned project management without even, before even taking a course on project management. I had learned how to manage projects effectively. Why? Because I volunteered. Come on now. So you can do the same thing for whosoever you are looking up to. Okay. So somebody may ask, how can I get this opportunity? How can I get, maybe your boss is somewhere up there, a celebrity, and you're asking, how can I volunteer for him? Lady, guy, listen, start from where you are. Start from where you are. Start from your community. Okay. It's very important to be able to start locally and then grow globally. You want to speak to individuals locally and then grow into speaking internationally. So you don't climb the ladder from the top, you start from the bottom. All right. So start from where you are, start from your community, do something you're passionate about. Okay. Serve the guys who are doing what you want to do. That's a leadership skill and it will break grounds for you. It will break grounds for you. I have a friend, Mariam Mohammed. She's based in Lebanon. I tell you the truth, volunteering opened ways for this lady, and she has traveled the world as a result of service. As a result of service. Okay? I can't exhaust the value that comes with volunteering. I can't exhaust the value. It's just like Choma now. All the volunteers that joined you to put this together, they already have access to you for free. Simply by volunteering, guys. That's the cheapest way to get access. Serve them. Serve them. Okay? Serve them. Be the protocol guy, be the registrar, be the usher, be the one who decorates the hall, be the one who run through the slides for them. Volunteer, do something. See, oh my God, oh my God. See, even if they attach a fee to their training, because you're a volunteer, you already have access. You be the usher standing in the hall where people pay 250K, 300K, and you're with your notepad standing and jotting as a result of just volunteering. Okay, so it gives you access. It helps you to grow your confidence because you're trying to do something new. It builds your confidence because you're trying to do something new. It pushes you out of your comfort zone because all what you're used to is to go to school, come back home, eat food, sleep. But now you've been given a responsibility to do something. So it challenges you. Okay. So, and then of course, before I say what I want to say now, volunteering helps you to build great network. Great network. you interact with people outside your sphere of influence. Some of you, the only people you know are your parents and your siblings and probably your classmates. The world is too big, too big. We're talking about global opportunity now. And because the world is borderless, you can even have access to international organizations and volunteer for them remotely. Okay, so it gives you that leverage to network with people outside your sphere of influence, with people outside your family, your community, your village, and even your nation. So volunteering is so important. It's so great. I mean, it's fantastic. All right. So time will not permit me. My time is already, I can see that it's winding up, and I have like 5 minutes. And I know that would have people who want to ask something, but let me just wrap up. Okay, so it gives you that opportunity to be able to network with people outside your sphere of influence. Leadership skills for global opportunities. Do not forget, these opportunities can come in form of scholarships. It can come in form of jobs. It can come in form of international speaking engagements. It can come in form of internship. Okay, and if you've ever studied the internship questions or fellowship questions or even scholarship questions, there's always a part that asks for your leadership skills. There's always a part that asks, how have you been able to make impact in your immediate community? How would you be able to answer that question if all you've been doing is to stand up, eat food, go to school, come back, walk around with friends? No, you won't be able to say something meaningful there. But if peradventure you volunteered for an organization, for a person, you have something to say, like Valokafo has something to say when he's asked that question. I would say a lot of things. Why? Because I was able to volunteer for numerous organizations, numerous people, and that built my skill. And I have a story to share. If Chama will permit me, I'll just share with you just 3 minute story or less of how volunteering helped me to connect with Fela Dorotoe. Um,
Take your time. I want to hear
Okay.
it.
All right. So, guys, in 2017, I signed up for the Fela Durotoye Leadership Network. I was one of the first 1,000 persons who signed up for that training, and we were trained for about 1 month. As nation builders. So I was the campus ambassador for the University of Nigeria in Nsukka. What we were expected to do was to teach our colleagues, teach our fellow classmates the principles of nation building. They are 10 in number. Okay, so make a positive impact on whoever and wherever, be a role model worthy of emulation, make your God proud, your nation and your family, and all that. So there are 10 of them. And what Fela Durotoye was asking us to do was to teach our colleagues, teach our classmates. That's like a volunteer work for free. Gemstone Leadership Institute would not be able to reach the entire Nigeria. They needed foot soldiers, and we were the foot soldiers. So I volunteered to do that. Now, my own was unique in the sense that I went to a rural community in the city of Nsukka, Enugu State, and I was teaching children aged 10 to 13 years principles of nation building. I was teaching them things that has to do with active citizenship, how they can be role models worthy of emulation, how they could be, how they could make positive impact in the lives of their friends, how they could become good ambassadors in classes. And my God, it was just me doing my little stuff because I knew that the best way to correct an ill is to start from the younger generation. If we are able to invest in them, then there will be a change when they come up. And so that was what I was doing. And after doing that, I sent some of the pictures to FD. I just sent it on Facebook. And then guess what he said? He said, He said, Val, you warm my heart with this. I was like, oh my God, come on now. I said, oh my God, come on now. He said, you warm my heart with this. I thought that was all. Ladies and gentlemen, the next day, he went to his Instagram page, his Instagram feed, and posted something. He said, today, I want to celebrate one of our volunteers who make our work thick. Paragraph. Thank you, Oka, for Valentine Tobechuku, for investing in the lives of 18 children in the city of Nsukka. I didn't see this. It was my friend that called me and said, hello, Val, have you seen FD's page? I said, no, what's happening there? He said, go and check. I said, okay, I'll go and check. I went and checked. I was like, whoa, really? This small thing? I was like, wow, this small thing. I went to him, I texted him. I said, sir, I saw what you posted. Thank you very much. And, he said, no problem. Then on July 18th, he came live to the city of Nsukka, University of Nigeria. And I had the privilege of inviting him on stage. Okay. Simi Sola, who is his PA, after listening to my speech, she called me and said, Val, I want you to introduce Fela Durotoye on stage. And she was trying to give me some lines. I say, ma, don't worry. I've been following Fela for 6 years. Don't worry about lines. I know him like the back of my hands. Remember what I said? The Elijah and the Elisha. So I saw someone who was living my future. And so I was pursuing him bomber to bomber. Now, I came on stage after Bankole Williams spoke. So I came on stage and the hall was upside down. People were screaming. And I met this man I've been wishing to meet. We hugged. He told me, Val, I'm proud of you. And apart from that, he gave me a certificate of achievement. That certificate is in my box right now. And then, from time to time, we just exchange pleasantries. So volunteering, come on now, see how that little stuff was able to grant me such connection. And Fela Durotoye is just one out of the many people I've met as a result of volunteering. Talk about Noela Ugu, talk about Afamu Okolo, talk about a lot and a lot of people out there who are doing great things I've been able to meet by simply volunteering. So guys, the cheapest and easiest way, oh, someone is saying Suka was my hometown. Oh, wow, that's great to know. So, the particular community we visited was Onuyi community. So, if you know Onuyi, that was the community. We impacted the lives of over 400 children within the space of 2 years. So, so it's the cheapest way to break grounds internationally, and that's what the international community is actually looking for. Goal number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 17: do something that will actually impact your world. Choma, thank you very much for this opportunity. Before I go, I want to share with them some life lessons that they can take home. So this is what I share everywhere I go, and if I have the opportunity to speak. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually my last lessons. You can call it quotes, you can call it takeaway, you can call it my parting gifts. Now it goes thus: study while others are sleeping, decide while others are delaying, prepare while others are daydreaming, work while others are lazying, save while others are wasting, listen while others are talking, smile while others are frowning. Oh, you can't see my handsome face. I'm smiling always, okay? Smile while others are frowning, just like Choma is smiling now. And then persist while others are quitting. There is no level we cannot attain, there is no height we cannot reach. It's just a matter of time, and we'll meet ourselves at the highest places possible. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We will meet at the top Thank you,
Thank you
Choma.
so much, Salva. It's been an amazing session. Like my book is basically filled up. I've been writing since. Thank you so much. Like I learned a whole lot today. I've read about the SDGs before, but you explained it in a whole new light that I'm going to start taking note of for my future work. So thank you so much. I don't know if you want to take questions, so they could ask their questions in
Yeah,
the
I'm here.
comments.
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so if you have questions, please drop them for Saval to answer you. And if you have any feedback, whatever you want him to attend to, please drop them as comments. And I'm sure it's going to do justice today. Today has been amazing. Today, I think we've had the highest level of participation today because I've been seeing feedbacks dropping. Like it's been amazing. Thank you so much, Saval. We appreciate it. Know that you call yourself the leadership evangelist. Like I really saw it today.
You're welcome.
Please, those while we're waiting for their questions, those things you dropped, I didn't get everything. I got some. Those ones you were saying, study while others are sleeping. I got some, but
Okay.
I missed some.
Okay, so
Maybe you could
which one
take it
did you
again.
miss?
I got study while others are sleeping. Then the next one I heard was walk while others are lazing. So I think I missed some
Okay,
before those.
study while others are sleeping, decide while others are daydreaming, study while others are sleeping, decide while others are daydreaming, okay, prepare while others are delaying, begin while others are procrastinating, work while others are lazying about, keep working.
So I think I got the rest. Thank you very much.
Oh, great. All right, you're welcome.
Okay, someone said, my jotter is on fire. Study while others are sleeping, decide while others are delaying, prepare while others are daydreaming, walk while others are sleeping, smile while others are frowning. Whenever I read this last line, it makes me smile. Thank you so much, sir, Mr. Val. Okay. Okay, Heritage Concept and Design said, sir, I would love to connect with you. The leadership inspire. So what if they want to
Great.
connect with you? How do they do that?
Awesome. So my name on Facebook is Val Okafor. Instagram, I am Val Okafor. And very sorry, Choma, that I'm using this avenue to say that you could actually join us because very soon, November 1st, we'll be kicking off my group coaching program, and it's basically on leadership and personal development. It's called the Next Level Conversation with Val Okafor. Next Level Conversation. Okay, so we're going to take this leadership talk to the next level, break it down, domesticate it, and trust me, within few weeks, the people that knew you before will imagine where you went to. Okay, so yeah,
I
so
think I've heard
connect with
about this
me.
next level, something that you really want to participate in. You
Yeah.
really want to participate in the next level conversation with Salval. It's very amazing.
Mm. Thank you very much. So on Facebook, my name is Val Okafor. You can reach me via inbox and definitely respond.
All right. Thank you so much. I don't think we have any more questions. I don't think we have any more questions because I'm just seeing feedbacks. No questions. So thank you so much, Salval. It was an amazing time with you today. We learned so much. Like I'm sure that now we are ready to start locally and grow globally. So thank you
Yes.
so much. We appreciate your time. God bless you.
Amen. You're welcome. Thank you very, very much for the opportunity to share. And it will be an honor to come back again so that we can take the conversation
We
to the
look
next
forward
level.
to that. Thank you. Okay,
All
very well. We
right.
are very happy. Thank you.
Okay.
So that's a wrap on the session with Salval today, and I'm sure you've learned so much. First session was with Ebenezer Okorier, where he talked about platforms to leverage your skill and earn. And now we had a session with Salval on leadership skills for global expansion. And I've been seeing your amazing feedback showing that you followed tonight and you were very active. So thank you all so much for being a part of tonight's session. Tomorrow we're going to have something even more exciting. We have a session with Miracle Dominic and the Confidence Doctor. So Miracle Dominic will be telling us how to take your business online and the challenges you face while trying to do that. Trust me, it's not easy. I work online and I know the stress that is involved in it. I know that when I started out online, I faced so many challenges. So Miracle Dominic, the CEO of Dom's Clothing, will be here tomorrow telling you how to do this, how challenges you face and how to overcome those challenges. Then we'll also have the confidence doctor, none other than Mesoma Ilechukwu, telling us how the secrets to become a highly confident person. Personally, I'm excited. Just like today. Today was amazing. So thank you all so much for being a part of it. It's 9:09. We're 9 minutes. We've exceeded 9 minutes past our time, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Tonight was amazing. Okay, so see you all tomorrow. In case you've not shared the link for this live training, please just click on the share button. You will see an option to copy the link. Copy the link and paste so your friends can come and watch the replay. Okay, because we're wrapping up right now. Copy the link, share to your friends on your WhatsApp status, WhatsApp groups, Facebook timeline, Facebook feed, for them to come and watch the replay. No, things like this are things many youths do not know about, and that is why they are missing out on global opportunities. But when you let your friends know about it, all of you would grow together. So you don't just become famous and then your friends remain unknown. It's best when your circle of friends, you're all growing together, becoming influential together. Okay, because the networks you have today are not just for you, for your future kids. Okay, because these are the people who say, oh, I know so and so, and they could help your kids in future. So just don't just be worried about growing alone. Grow with your friends, tell them about what is happening at the Skill Up initiative. Rebooted. So see you tomorrow by 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. as we listen to Miracle Dominic and the Confidence Doctor. Okay? And if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, just click on the subscribe button and then turn on notifications so that whenever we go live, even without me notifying you on WhatsApp, you get notified already by YouTube. Okay? Just click on that bell button so you can turn on your notifications and click on the subscribe button so you can be a part of us here. Okay? So now we're going to sign out. Baluka, thank you so much, sir. We appreciate the privilege. It was nice having you here. It was a rare privilege, and we are grateful. So good night, everyone. See you tomorrow by 7 p.m. Remember to spread the word. My name is Chioma Nana once again, the founder of Creatives in Business. Creatives in Business is the one hosting this training, Scale Up Initiative. See you tomorrow by 7 p.m.